The vast chamber shimmered with light from the hovering orbs, their soft glow illuminating walls, carved with patterns no human could decipher. At the center of it all sat the alien queen, her presence commanding yet serene, her eyes reflecting centuries of wisdom and unspoken power. For generations, her species had ruled the star system with precision and discipline, wary of outsiders, but now a human had arrived, and the atmosphere in the chamber shifted. The human, a young man named Eli, stood at the threshold, his hands unclenched and his posture steady despite the overwhelming weight of being in the presence of someone so magnificent. His journey had been long, fraught with dangers, misunderstandings, and trials that tested the limits of his endurance and courage. Yet he had not faltered. "You are far from home," the queen's voice echoed, soft yet resonant, as though it could shape the air itself. "And yet you stand here without fear." Eli bowed slightly, keeping his eyes on the floor, but listening closely. "I am here to understand, and to offer help where it is needed." The queen inclined her head, studying him as one might examine a rare gem. Her gaze was penetrating, almost as if she could peer into his soul. "Few from your species possess the bravery to face the unknown without hesitation." He felt no pride, only the weight of responsibility. "I do not seek glory. I seek understanding, and I wish to prevent harm." A ripple of movement passed through the chamber as her attendants shifted, silent and attentive. They had never seen a human before. Tales of humans had reached their ears, stories of unpredictability, of resilience, of a species that often acted against odds no other being could endure. Yet none had ever witnessed one in person until Eli. "You speak with honesty, yet you are reckless in ways we do not comprehend," the queen continued. "Your kind rush into danger not for conquest or reward, but because you believe in something greater." Eli took a careful step forward, the floor beneath him vibrating faintly as he moved. "I believe in life and in protecting it. Even when the odds are against me, I cannot turn away." The queen's eyes softened, a gesture almost alien in its subtlety. "Your heart is the boldest here," she said, her voice carrying a note of approval that had been rare among her kind for millennia. The attendants murmured quietly among themselves, astonished that the queen, known for her exacting judgment, would speak so favorably of a human. Eli felt a surge of cautious relief, though he remained measured, understanding that trust was earned, not given lightly. "You have crossed vast distances to arrive at our gates," the queen said, her gaze never leaving him. "What drives you to act with such courage where others might hesitate?" Eli straightened. "Because when I see injustice or danger, I cannot ignore it. I cannot claim to be strong if I do not stand against threats that harm others." The queen's attendants exchanged glances, some confused, others in awe. The notion of acting purely for principle was rare in their society, where every decision was weighed against hierarchy, benefit, and consequence. Yet, this human seemed guided by something altogether different, an instinct that transcended calculation and strategy. "Your kind. You value principles over power," the queen mused aloud, almost to herself. "It is unusual," Eli nodded. "I value life, every being that can feel and think. Power without responsibility is meaningless. I have seen what unchecked strength can do." The queen leaned forward, her form imposing yet graceful, the sheer energy of her presence pressing gently on Eli, as though testing him without touch. "Many would call you naive," she said, "yet it is your audacity, your unwavering heart, that has brought you here safely where others would falter." He felt neither arrogance nor fear. He felt purpose. "I do not consider myself exceptional. I only act as I must." She studied him longer, her expression a mixture of curiosity, respect, and something that resembled admiration. "Your species thrives in ways even we struggle to understand. You adapt, you endure, and your hearts. Your hearts beat with a courage that defies comprehension. The chamber shifted, a quiet hum reverberating through the floor, as if the queen's energy responded to her words. Eli felt it resonate within him, a subtle confirmation that he was not only seen, but understood. "Come closer," she commanded, her tone gentle yet firm, and Eli stepped forward, feeling the tension in the air ease with each pace. He sensed that this moment was pivotal, a bridge between worlds built not on treaties or weapons, but on recognition of character and intent. "You have faced dangers many would flee," the queen continued. "Yet you do not carry malice or hatred. You confront threats not to destroy, but to protect. This is a truth our histories seldom record." Eli looked at her, the enormity of the chamber and the alien majesty surrounding him not diminishing his resolve. "Protection is what defines us," he said simply. "It is why we fight, why we endure. Power is meaningless without purpose." The queen's eyes shone brighter, reflecting the intricate lights that danced around the chamber. "You speak of purpose with clarity," she said. "It is rare for beings of your kind to express it so plainly." "It is." "Refreshing," her attendants observed silently, the queen's approval casting a quiet authority that needed no words. Eli realized that he was not only being evaluated, but revered for traits that were instinctive to him but alien to them: empathy, courage, and a moral compass unshakable even in the face of danger. "You have crossed the void between stars and reached us without faltering," the queen said. "This alone would earn respect, yet it is the steadiness of your heart that compels me to speak openly." Eli bowed his head in acknowledgement, feeling the weight of the honor, yet keeping his humility intact. "I only do what I believe is right. That is all any of us can do." The queen extended a delicate, glowing appendage, a gesture that signified trust and recognition. Eli stepped forward, meeting her gesture with a measured movement, understanding the significance of the exchange. In that simple act, a connection was forged that transcended language, species, and history. "You have proven yourself not only brave, but wise," the queen said. "Our species has ruled with logic and fear for countless cycles. Yet it is your heart, your audacity, that teaches a lesson our historians cannot record." Eli felt a sense of calm wash over him. He realized that bravery was not just a matter of facing enemies or danger. It was the willingness to act with integrity when no one else could or would. In this chamber, across the chasm of species and worlds, that truth had found acknowledgment. "You speak of lessons and histories," Eli said softly, "but the greatest lessons are learned when hearts are tested. That is why I continue forward, even when the path is uncertain." The queen tilted her head, her eyes locking onto his with intensity. "You understand more than most of your kind," she said. "You see beyond fear, beyond hierarchy, beyond power. Your heart. It is indeed the boldest here." A quiet ripple of movement passed through her attendants, their expressions betraying awe and disbelief. Humans, they had assumed, were unpredictable at best, fragile at worst. Yet here stood one whose courage and integrity ill-shown many generations of their own leaders. "You honor me with your words," Eli said humbly. "I am not here for recognition, only for understanding, and to ensure that wrongs are righted." The queen studied him in silence, the chamber filling with an almost tangible energy, as if time itself had paused to witness this rare exchange. "You speak truths that many fear," she said finally. "Perhaps it is time we see the universe not only through strength, but through hearts such as yours." Eli nodded, feeling a connection that went beyond diplomacy or ceremony. He understood that this moment could shift destinies, not because of weapons or politics, but because one human had dared to act with courage and principle where others would hesitate. "You will walk among us, not as a visitor, but as a teacher," the queen said, her voice carrying a weight that transcended mere authority. Not all lessons are written in records. Some are lived, and some are felt in the heart. Eli's chest tightened with understanding. He realized that this was more than recognition. It was a responsibility, a call to embody the principles he valued, even in worlds far removed from his own. "I will do my best," he said simply, his voice steady, carrying the weight of commitment that had guided him across light years and trials. Beyond imagination, the Queen's form shifted slightly, a gesture of approval and quiet satisfaction. "Then let it be known," she said, "that in this age, the bravest heart among us is human." The attendants bowed, and the chamber's energy pulsed with a new rhythm, as if acknowledging a change in perspective, a shift in understanding that had been long overdue. Eli felt it resonate within him, the affirmation that courage and integrity could transcend species, star systems, and generations. "You have reminded us," the Queen continued softly, "that greatness is not measured by strength or conquest alone, but by the boldness of the heart and the purity of intent." Eli smiled faintly, humbled yet resolute. "Then I will continue to act with my heart, and hope that others may find the courage to do the same." For a long moment, the chamber was silent except for the subtle hum of energy and the soft illumination from the hovering orbs. Then the Queen spoke once more, her voice carrying an almost lyrical quality. "Your heart has walked among us and shown what our histories have long overlooked. It is the heart of humanity that shall guide us in ways we never imagined." Eli nodded, understanding that his journey was far.